Let's now shift our attention to some other stories now, where the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivered a virtual address at the 5th edition of the BIMSTEC summit. Now, speaking in the backdrop of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, the Indian Prime Minister called for greater cooperation amongst the BIMSTEC nations. Now, remember, BIMSTEC is the umbrella organization of the 7 Bay of Bengal nations. The 5th summit was hosted by the current BIMSTEC chair, Sri Lanka. The Indian Prime Minister joined the summit along with other BIMSTEC leaders from Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Thailand and Myanmar. And during the very opening remarks of the summit, the Indian Prime Minister announced a sum of $1 million from India. And this is to increase the BIMSTEC's operational budget, stressing on the need to make the Bay of Bengal a bridge of connectivity and security. Prime Minister Modi also said that the results of this summit will, of course, write a golden chapter of sorts in BIMSTEC's history. Highlighting the developments in Europe, the Indian Prime Minister stressed on making BIMSTEC regional cooperation more active. Meanwhile, the Indian Prime Minister also asserted that as the region is facing health and economic security-related challenges, unity and cooperation have become the need of the hour. The leaders later signed the BIMSTEC Charter. The adopted BIMSTEC Charter lays out the basic institutional architecture for the grouping. The 3 charters included Convention on Mutual Legal Assistance in Criminal Matters. An MOU was also signed on mutual cooperation in diplomatic training, and Memorandum of Association on establishment of BIMSTEC Technology Transfer Facility. All right, now to give us more updates on this BIMSTEC summit, we are joined in by our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibil, who is joining us live from New Delhi. Siddhant, what more do we know about this summit?
Well, this summit is significant. Of course, it was in a hybrid manner, in a virtual mode, but significant because with this summit, 2 important things have happened. First, of course, BIMSTEC has adopted its charter. Now, adoption of charter means that BIMSTEC is just like any other major grouping in the world, in the region, which has its own flag, it has its own international recognition and a kind of a representation, just like ASEAN or SAARC. Secondly, the adoption of the master plan on connectivity, something that India has been focusing on, and other countries in the region as well. Connectivity, that is something been a buzzword in terms of international relationship, which of course is based on the countries working together, not the imposition of connectivity. That has been the case, especially when it comes to China. But largely when it comes to this grouping, India is keen that this grouping is a priority essentially for New Delhi. We saw in 2019 when the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi second ceremony took place, the oath-taking ceremony took place in 2019. He invited all the BIMSTEC leaders as well, and India is building on the institutions of BIMSTEC as well. The Indian Prime Minister announced a lot of support for the Secretariat in Dhaka, but also remember that when it comes to BIMSTEC, there has always been this question mark, SAARC or BIMSTEC, but we know that SAARC has been held hostage to Pakistan, and that is why India is keen that BIMSTEC countries work together. This grouping includes Myanmar and Indonesia. And of course, there are questions raised over the presence of the coup leadership at the summit, but we know that BIMSTEC countries have said that these countries, along with Myanmar, have geographical space together, and that is why they need to work together. But essentially, this summit is a summit that brings BIMSTEC on the international stage.
Absolutely, indeed. Thank you very much indeed, Siddhant Sibil, for joining us and getting us all those updates there. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.